brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
What is going on, everyone? It's been a minute since you've seen us back here, but the preseason is over. The Houston Texans cut down to 53. Harley, buddy, I missed you. How's it going? Football is 12 days away.
12 long days away. It's going to feel like an eternity now that we are just waiting for week one. 53-man roster is complete, man. This is really exciting. It's got social media and the Texans fans buzzing right now. I think it's just the absolute excitement for what's in store this season when it comes to our Houston Texans.
Absolutely. At 12 long days, that's what T said. Guys, before we get into it, this episode was brought to you and powered by BetUS. And you know how we feel here in the H. Me and Harley have been saying that this season is going to be special. Now, I have the odds here, Harley, for the week one matchup against the Indianapolis Colts. And what do you see here? The Houston Texans are 1 point favorite. What do you think about that?
1 point favorites. It's I think it's about fair, to be honest. I think it's like a safe bet. Just because, there's a lot of hype around us, but you hadn't seen anything happen quite yet on the field. So you wanna, if you want to bet on the Houston Texans, hey man, 1 point favorites. I mean, that's not so bad. That's not so bad.
We're going to go ahead and put 100 down, Harley, because I feel confident in this Houston Texans team. Guys, make sure you check out the description and take advantage of the 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. We put $100 in, Harley, to win 80. We are predicting the Houston Texans to win, man. Shout out to BetUS. Harley, let's get into it. Any surprises of the final 53, man?
I mean, not so much, honestly.
Okay.
I think it's about fair. I don't think there's anything that really stood out to me. But I was excited. I think obviously the talking point here is everyone's very excited about British Brooks making the roster. Very happy to see it. Me and you both saw him at training camp day one, and we're like, this dude is massive.
Biggest running back out there.
And I was like, who is this guy? But you didn't see anything in training camp too much until leading into the first game and the Hall of Fame game. You saw some reps here and there. Nothing you were going, a hard run here or there. But I never tweeted about it, I just thought that British Brooks probably going to get cut, practice squad guy, luckily. But no, man, he's been fantastic, actually. And he deserves to be on this roster. He really does. He does everything the way DeMeco Ryans would want his players to play. And he plays hard, brings physicality to him. I love it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, we knew something was up when John Harris brought it up during the game about him playing in that fullback role. Then we started getting all these, thoughts. Well, what if that does happen? Well, we saw it in practice, right? And then we saw it in the game against the Los Angeles Rams. He was lining up at fullback and had Seth Payne put the highlight out there. He just absolutely stonewalled the defensive tackle, and the DT was on the floor, and British Brooks was hyped that he made that happen. And if you know the San Fran offense, you know that they have a fullback that could produce. And I'm excited to see what British Brooks can do. And when I was seeing Troy Harrison release, when I was seeing Andrew Beck released, when I was seeing that guy we just signed released, who was a fullback / wide receiver with 83, I was like, oh my God, British Brooks made this roster. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the David Culley, Lovie Smith Houston Texans. This is the DeMeco Ryans Texans, who just came off of 10 wins in the AFC South Division title and a undrafted rookie running back. Major team. I am excited for number 44. Cody Stutes has already labeled him the British Bulldog. I am hyped, dude. He's going to be special.
Yeah, I was editing a video where I called him the British Bulldog, and then I see Cody tweet it out, and hey, great minds think alike. Yeah, nah, it was
Too handsome, man.
it's good to see him. It's good to see him on the roster. Uh, 5 running backs, 5 running backs. I mean,
No
obviously
JJ
one of them's a
Taylor.
one of them's a fullback, in British books, but he's a hybrid. And then the fullback position is not just going to be subjected to him.
Hmm.
You also have Brevin Jordan and Cade Stover, who we saw at training camp getting reps at the fullback spot. And both guys did well in those reps.
Hmm.
So I think it's depending on game plan, depending on offensive scheme. There is a lot of the load is going to fall on Bobby Slowick's shoulders. And how does he offensively scheme, these players, and how does he fit, and how does he find mismatches, and how does he, make life easier for the players he's got given, because there's no excuses for Bobby Slowick. We all
Mm-mm.
know that he's going to have, a head coach opportunity if everything goes right here, and everything should go right here. Um, there's a lot of expectations on him right now. He better perform. That's all I'm saying. He better do his thing.
Yeah, no. There was a lot of people just waiting for Bobby Slowick to show us that, hey, yeah, you can be a head coach and you could go off somewhere.
Yeah.
There is some excitement following Bobby. As we get into the 53 man, let's go to the wide receivers. Stephon Diggs, Robert Woods, Tank Dell, John Mechie, Nico Collins, Xavier Hutchinson, Steven Sims. No Noah Brown. Now, this does not surprise me at all. And the thing is, we just haven't seen Noah Brown at all. And when you have D'Amico
Yeah.
telling the young guys, we're not waiting for you, Noah Brown, we did not wait for you. And the Houston Texans move on without him. And it's going to be funny for the rest of our existence. He is going to be in the same conversation with Andre Johnson and DeAndre Hopkins as the only three Houston Texans to have back-to-back 150-yard games. Noah Brown, thank you for what you did for us last year. Hope you're successful anywhere else you go. There's no bad blood here. I just think this was a very crowded wide receiver group.
Yeah, and I also think they're looking at, the contracts that they have for in placement for the future. You John Mechie, given if he performs and continues to perform, you're looking at somebody that could be a key contributor for you next year, and so that's something a lot more valuable than Noah Brown, who isn't necessarily young, not that
Mm-hmm.
old either, but when you're looking at the future of this roster and wide receivers, would you keep a Noah Brown over Xavier Hutchinson or John
No.
Mechie? No, I'm not sweating anything. There's nothing coming off my brow on that. Like I'm happy about it. I like the 7 wide receivers. I'm ecstatic to see Steven Sims make this roster. I was pretty emphatic that he will make the roster because he's been playing special teams with the ones,
Mm-hmm.
and he has been electric every single time the ball has been in his hands at training camp. He's been fun to watch. It's like every kickoff, every punt return, you want to see what Steven Sims does. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I think we mentioned this last time, or I think we mentioned it on Bleacher Report
Mm-hmm.
actually. And it was, you gave Steven Sims just a little ounce of opportunity last year, and with that ounce, he made a gallon of lemonade, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and by banking a touchdown against the Baltimore Ravens, running back that punt return. Now, think about that small sample size,
Mm-hmm.
and now you increase it into a 17, 18 game season. Oh, what are we going to get from Steven Sims? How are we going to, the effects of him in the kick return game and the punt return game, especially the new special teams rules as well? Those have to go into effect
Mm-hmm.
when you're looking at this roster. I think Sims is a bigger contributor to this team than Noah Brown would be.
100% agree. I am valuing the kick return and punt return aspect over just the wide receiver aspect. And, I've been telling you this since we've seen the new kickoff rule. Someone's going to figure it out. And with
Yes,
Steven Sims, he does make plays when you give him the opportunity. So I was excited to see him make the 53 man. Robert Woods, hey, shout out to you for making it. We've been calling for that $5 million all the way back before free agency. It looks like he's going to be that wide receiver veteran in the room. I don't mind it whatsoever. And here's the thing, the first 4 games of the season last year, Robert Woods led the NFL in catches on 3rd down and 4th down, really built a strong relationship with rookie CJ Stroud. And, maybe we see 1 to 2 catches from Robert Woods a game. I think he might be your wide receiver 5 or 6. I would put him in front of Hutch, but I would rather see Hutch if that makes sense.
true.
Other than that, it's all set. And Harley, I think the Houston Texans wide receiving core is one of, if not the best in this league. What say you?
I'd have to think around. I can't think of many off the top of my head. We've talked about trios a lot when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to the wide receivers around the NFL. And you know what? Since I say they have the best trio of wide receivers, I just might as well and agree with you. I think they do have the best wide receiver core in the NFL. There's a reason why CJ Stroud called it a 5-headed monster. Look, are we going to see wide receiver 4 and 5 eat as much as the top 3 guys? No. But when given the opportunity and with CJ Stroud throwing the ball, I am very excited to see what Mechie and Hutchinson can do,
Mm-hmm.
especially another year under CJ. Like the chemistry just builds, and everything continues to get better. So hopefully, everything works out. But I do believe, I think so, man. I think we got the best wide receiver core in the NFL.
We just got to stay healthy, man. And then it's just all systems go. Moving to the tight ends, no surprise. Brevin Jordan, Dalton Schultz, Cade Stover. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Tegan Quinturiano, unfortunately, just did not work out, man. I wish you would have stayed healthy. You were pretty good in the red zone, but it is what it is. We move on with 3 tight ends, and Harley, this is our best tight end group in a while. Brevin Jordan can make plays. Dalton Schultz could be a number 1 guy, is our number 1 tight end. And with Cade Stover, how he looked in the preseason, I think he's going to show he's going to be a weapon sooner rather than later. I like this tight end group, and it's did not expect this to change whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, the tight end position was like you were grasping at straws 2 years ago by bringing up bums off the street named Jordan Akins and trying to see if Jordan Thomas was still kicking tires. And, you had these bums that you were trying to fill in at
The
tight
holiday
end.
wearing.
Yeah, man, the guy that trying to play water polo, better at water polo than damn football. I mean, uh, and now this position group has just transformed himself. You signed Dalton Schultz. Brevin Jordan looks like somebody that could be a key contributor in this offensive scheme. And then you drafted Cade Stover, who already has the chemistry with CJ Stroud, and just looks apart a little bit. Like
Mm-hmm.
the little bit of reps that you've seen from him, you're like, man, Cade Stover looks solid. Cade Stover looks good, and so if everything turns out well, you would assume Cade Stover might be should be the guy that could, take the keys and be your tight end 1. Not this year. I don't think it happens this year. But you
Would
hope
it
next
surprise
year.
you as towards the end of the year you're starting to
It
see
would not
like
surprise me.
Dalton and him kind of
Yeah.
share their receptions and catches and
Would
targets?
not surprise me
Mm.
at all. Would not. Not shocking. But you mentioned this is the best tight ends group probably since the Owen Daniels days, where you had him, Joel
Joe
Dreesen, and then
Dreesen.
either James Casey or Garrett Graham. And Garrett Graham ended up being a really good starter for you for a few years, and he was your tight end 3 at one point when
Was
you
a
had those
young
guys.
Ryan Griffin in there also?
Yeah, Ryan Griffin was thrown in there too.
Dude, that
You
hey,
know, like
that 5 years we had some tight ends.
and Casey, they just needed to find a spot for him, so they threw him at fullback because he used to do it at Rice. So he was a fullback tight end option. Man, shout out James Casey. He's actually a assistant coach with the Cincinnati Bengals now.
Jeez.
So man, yeah, that tight end group was amazing. This tight end group's pretty darn good. It's right up there with one of the best groups we've had.
Dude, it's gonna be fun. And also shout out to my boy Loki. It's his birthday today and dealing with some
Okay.
back issues. Thank you for being here with us. Moving to the offensive line. And once again, guys, the way these are listed are in numeral order, so not depth chart. So in
Got
case
it.
you heard me say stuff out of order. Kendrick Green, Jared Patterson, Blake Fisher, Nick Broker, Shaq Mason, Juice Scruggs, Titus Howard, Kenyon Green, Laramie Tunsil, and thank God we ended the training camp and preseason healthy at the offensive line. At this point last year, there was no Titus Howard, there was no Juice Scruggs, there was no Kenyon Green, and then you lost Laramie Tunsil just 4 days later to a knee injury. God damn, dude.
Man, what a difference a year makes, huh? Hey, by the way, CJ Stroud did all of that without this offensive line.
That's why, bro, when they
Interesting.
bring up that
Who's
sophomore
they?
slump, I just
Who's
laugh
they?
at them.
Who's they?
Listen, man, we're gonna wait for week. Oh wait, no, we can't wait for week 12. We got to do it week 18.
Yeah, the offensive line. How many we got? 3, 6, 9 offensive linemen. You know, I was thinking that they might go with 8 offensive linemen. I don't have no problem with going with 9, especially considering the injuries that's happened that you already mentioned last year. Thankfully, Kendrick Green looks fine. I mean, he played the whole game against the Rams, so shout out to him. Jared Patterson's played well, being that center guard, combo. Nick Broker, I just kept seeing Nick Broker everywhere. He played tackle, he played guard. Like, versatility matters in the offensive line. Yeah, this time versatility is good now. So,
Right. Shout out to
if,
Bob.
yeah, man. But overall, I mean, there's not much to say here. I'm pretty bullish on this offensive line. I think, man, if they're going to be healthy, which they should be, have to be, I think the first few games might be a little rough for them just because they could get the chemistry together. But I think after they get their feet wet, after a few games together, because we've seen them passing wise.
Yes.
Against the, pass blocking wise, this is an elite group.
Yes.
I'm for real. And I hadn't seen it in regular season, but man, it is in the passing game, it's pretty scary. Run game has to be some improvements, but overall, after a few games, the chemistry builds. I think this offensive line could, man, you're talking at least top 15 offensive line, and that's all I need. That's all I need.
And I actually think they might have a great matchup starting off week 1 at Indy. The only guy I'm worried about is DeForest Buckner, not worried about Latu. But we'll get to week 1, later. Oh, dude, I can't freaking wait. And last but not least, the quarterbacks, keeping to Coleridge Bernard Stroud. He made the 53-man roster. Shout out to him. Davis Mills not getting traded is the backup for this Houston Texans team, set to be a free agent at the end of this year. Look, Davis Mills could be a backup in this league. And, I think he should be the Houston Texans backup for as long as he wants to. There's nothing wrong with being a backup quarterback and still making millions of dollars. But I think Davis Mills has looked good this training camp, this preseason. His first 2 games out there, he was just in command of the offense and had multiple scoring drives. Davis Mills did everything he needed to do to raise his trade value this offseason, which was what we wanted him to do. It looks like we got a good backup quarterback, man.
Yeah, I'm okay with how Davis Mills performed. He looked like he was in control of the offense when he was out there multiple times. He had a damn good day of training camp. That one training camp I had went
just
to,
slinging that mug everywhere.
Yeah, man, he was slinging it. And I mean, shout out Davis Mills, man. He's QB2. He's doing well. He's did well. CJ Stroud, I mean, but thankfully he made the team.
Right.
I mean,
I was worried.
No, all jokes aside, I can't wait to see number 7 do his thing this year.
Moving to the defense, let's go with the D-line. Will Anderson Jr., and according to Aaron Wilson, he is on pace to be there week 1 against Indy, but we will continue to monitor that. Old man Jerry Hughes, Daniil Hunter, for Lorenzo Fatukasi, Khalil Davis, and I am a huge Khalil Davis fan. Derek Barnett, the veteran, Mario Edwards Jr., Tim Settle Jr., no Danico Archie to start off, unfortunately, due to suspension. That is your defensive line. I'm excited for that edge duo of Hunter and Anderson, and it's just going to be let's get to the quarterback, dude.
Yeah, man, it's a how would it say capture the flag?
Oh
You
yeah.
know, it's going to be a capture the flag for the quarterback, man. And, I'm going to assume Will Anderson plays week one. I'm going to safely assume that. So the combination of him and Daniel Hunter for the first time on our TV screens is going to be absolutely fun to see both of them guys. I think I've said this on a video before. I think both guys can be a top five edge rush duo in the NFL. I really do. Daniel Hunter's a badass. Will Anderson should only be a lot better this year. This is without even considering Danico Autry, which he's going to be gone for about 6 games, right? I think
Yeah,
it
6
was.
games.
Yeah. So, overall, you got a solid defensive end group, the D tackles. They looked good against the Steelers in the preseason game. That's really where you got to see Foley Fatukasi do his thing, along with Khalil Davis and someone else I'm forgetting. Oh, Mario Edwards Jr., excuse me. Mario Edwards, by the way,
Strong preseason.
yeah, training camp too. He's been amazing. Will Anderson, they call him Rio. They talk highly of him. And there's just not a lot else to be said when it comes to that old man. He's doing his thing.
Dude, I am worried about the interior of the defensive line just a little bit.
Just a smudge.
Just a smudge as we head to week one against JT. But like I said, we'll get to that later. With the linebackers, Aziz Al-Shire, Delshon Phillips, number 13, Jake Hansen, Henry Tuotuo, Neville Hewitt, special teams demon, Jamal Hill. Unfortunately, Christian Harris will be placed on IR to start the season. When he's healthy, will come back. Harley, I like the linebacking group. I just can't wait to see him when Christian Harris is back.
Yeah, I thought he was going to play week one,
Mm.
but then now he got placed on IR. So, some mixed stuff there, coming from Aaron Wilson there. But hey, it is what it is. That's the name of the game. We're not batting 1,000. So, but overall, the Houston Texans, the linebacker group, that's the only one where I'm looking at and I'm going, it looks very ugly without Christian Harris.
It does.
I got to remind myself Christian Harris is coming back. Christian Harris is coming back. Don't worry about it. But week one, you mentioned the interior DTs when it comes to Jonathan Taylor. I'm more worried about the linebacker group. That's where I'm more worried about. And it's more so because I have question marks with Henry To'oTo'o. I liked what I saw in training camp. He played pretty well in training camp, actually. Preseason, I don't know, flip a coin in preseason. There wasn't much there. Overall, though, I don't know what to expect out of a Delshon Phillips. Jake Hansen is a guy that was playing a little bit in the will when it came to, being in that linebacker role. So, fans expect Aziz Al-Shire for the majority of the snaps. And then I'd say they go 50-50 with Henry To'oTo'o, Jake Hansen. I think those are the two guys that are going to be rotating in and out heavily. After that, don't expect a Neville Hewitt in there unless it's special teams. Don't expect Jamal Hill out there unless it's special teams. And I would say the same thing for Delshon Phillips.
Yeah, a lot of different situations we're going to have to look at when it comes to this linebacking group. Moving to the defensive backs, Jalen Petrie, Jeff Okuda, Kamari Lassiter, Chris Boyd, Jimmy Ward, Eric Murray,
Bless you.
Derek Stingley Jr., MJ Stewart, Miles Bryant, and Kalen Bullock. Now, entering this season, I was worried about our secondary, but now I'm excited for it. It's going to consist of 2 rookies, Kamari and Kalik. I think that Jalen's going to be your nickel slot guy. And then, Derek Stingley, QB1. I cannot wait to see this defensive secondary get to work. They just need to stay healthy, man.
Yeah, that's that's a
That's
calling
it.
card. But overall, Derek Stingley, I mean, looks like a stud. Kamari Lassiter come in here, hair on fire, looks like a stud.
Mhm.
I said it in a video when I was talking about I think this Houston Texans defense can knock the door, be knocking on the door for top 10 defense in the
Mhm.
NFL. And I think the wild card for this defense is Jalen Petrie. I really do. Considering the role he's playing, this can go really good or this could go really bad.
Mm.
And so far, it's looked very good. And so far, the Texans are looking like geniuses. So far, the Texans are looking like
They
very
know what
New
they're
England
doing.
Patriot ish.
Mm-hmm.
Because the New England Patriots, they would draft guys and they would play them to their strengths. They would grab guys, free agents, guys that get cut, and they play them to their strengths. And D'Amico Ryan said, "You know what, Jalen Petrie, you are not a deep safety." And I found that out the hard way. Guess what, bud? You're going to go back to your college role of being that star nickel linebacker role, and which he's a nickel, but you're going to go back to that role where you were Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year and you were a badass with
Mm-hmm.
Dave Aranda at Baylor. And we're going to, just have you do that because you're freaking good at it. And Jalen Petrie, I know it was just Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. You still got to make the play, right? I mean, you still got to do your thing. And besides just the interception, he was really good in run support,
Mm-hmm.
heavy blitz, blowing up the backfield. That's all I need from Jalen Petrie. He plays like that. I'm feeling a little bit more confident when it comes to Jonathan Taylor. This is a little different, though, because the Colts offensive line, pretty damn good. So
Yeah.
should be a very good matchup, though. Overall, though, the rest of the cornerbacks and safeties, yeah, I'm pretty high on Okuda, Kamari Lassiter, Petrie, Stingley, Kalen Bullock. I don't know what to expect from Okuda. That's just flip the coin,
Yeah.
see what happens. Chris Boyd's a special teams guy. Eric Murray, MJ Stewart, they play well when they've gotten the
Me too.
opportunity. That's about it. Other than that, though, I mentioned the wild card being Jalen Petrie. A lot of people can say the wild card and the guy that's being slept on is rookie Kalen Bullock.
You think he
He
changed
is.
his number?
Oh, come on, man. He better.
He needs to.
I mean, come on. We can go. We can go 21. CJ Henderson got cut.
Mm.
CJ Henderson was 21.
Number 4.
No, I think is
That's
number
Mike
14.
Ford.
Oh, that was Mike Ford. Yeah, dog shit walking on 2 legs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, Kamari Lassiter, I'm just not feeling it with 14, man.
Okay.
Mm-mm. I'm just something about that 14 Kamari Lassiter now. Now he plays his ass off. Fuck it, he do whatever the hell he want. But I don't know, man. That's not a that that's a pretty good
Okay,
comment.
Brandon, that was fire.
That you know what? I'm
That
feeling
was
that.
that was tough.
Shout out, man! Shout out to Brandon Halam right there. That's a tough comment right
Go ahead
there.
and
That's
screenshot
pretty
this
tough
so that we know where this originated from.
for real, for real. The 1441, the mirror.
The
That
mirror.
oh, that reminds me of the Rams joint practice. Kamari Lassiter batting the ball,
And that's just what I was thinking
and
about.
then Kalen Bullock intercepting it. I mean, that's pretty legit. I like that. I wonder if they did that on purpose. Because they're
I mean,
really good friends. So.
this secondary, it's going to be fun. They're obviously going to be relying on the pass rush when you're throwing 2 rookies back there. To finish it off, your special teams, Tommy Townsend, Kaimi Fairbairn, John Weeks. I love our new punter. He's a weapon in my eyes. Catch the ball, bitch, is what he told that Steelers.
Tommy
Kaimi
Rockets,
Fairbairn.
baby. Tommy
Dude, Tommy Rock is
Rockets.
going to be great.
Tommy Rockets, man. Woo! Tommy Rockets. Yeah, man. I'll say it. The Texans have the best special teams group in the NFL again.
Oof.
And they had it last year. I believe they had it the year before as well.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Ross is the best special teams coach in the NFL. It's a travesty that Frank Ross has not even gotten a head coach interview. The Houston Texans have the best special teams in the NFL. It's not. I mean, how do you improve from Cameron Johnston? You're
And
like,
that's what and that's what we were saying because now I'm excited to watch him go out there and punt the ball. What he did against Pittsburgh was insane. Like he was changing plays, dude. And
yes,
shout out to him. And now Harley, the preseason is over. The 53-man roster, as of right now, is solidified. The only thing we have to do now is get ready for week 1 against Indianapolis. Brother, how are you feeling, man?
man, it's been a lot of trash talk.
Oh yeah, I haven't trash talked this much in years.
I love it right now. It's a it's like a Michael Myers film. He's been dead, it seems like, for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody decided to remake the film, and damn it, it feels good to be alive again right now.
Feels
It
good to be
feels good to see NRG rocking. It feels good to have the best wide receiver core in the NFL and have a quarterback like CJ Stroud, have a head coach like D'Amico, have a GM like Nick, have everything coming together for this team. Man, what a special time to be alive right now. It is exciting.
Mm.
12 days away before you walk into Lucas Oil Stadium and snatch a dub.
What?
Sheesh.
Dude, it's and then Isaac's already. I'm gonna miss the game. I'm working that day. Well, no worries, because we're
Boo.
gonna be live streaming the game. And Isaac, just call out, bro. I mean, this is
Yeah.
right. Like you could give him a
Boom.
2 week. You're giving him a 2 weeks notice, bro. Oh, come on. Hey,
There we go.
we're going to church, baby. We're going to the house of Stroud. That's what's gonna happen on
That's
Sunday.
trash.
That's oh my god, I cannot freaking wait, bro.
Jake Eubanks in Indiana. Get the
Oh,
party started, Jake. You take a shot for me and Ruben real quick, bud.
oh. This season is different, Harley, and I didn't feel like this when we had number 4. I didn't feel like this in that great season in 2012. I, I knew those teams were good, but I knew something was missing. But we could maybe still get it done.
Mhm.
With this Houston Texans team entering this year, I feel like we got it. I feel like this team up and down is legit, and the offense looks good. The defense looks good. There's no way you don't trust your coaching staff and your front office. This is the one we've been waiting for. And here's the thing. Have fun, guys. Have fun, because what might happen this year is you might see the Houston Texans announce themselves to the NFL. Then this city changes. I want y'all to know that. This city will change if they do win it. And I cannot wait, Harley.
Look, shout out to Isaac right now, man. Isaac said calling them right now. See, this
Hey,
is what we do.
Isaac, if you call out, bro, you're invited. You're invited here. You're invited here
This is what we do.
for
The
the game. You're
lead
invited.
713. We set shit in motion. All right. There ain't no play. There ain't no play on the live stream. Isaac, you keep us updated.
Yeah.
You keep us updated with the situation, and you will be invited over.
We can't show him on the stream though. We'll have to call him something else.
Ah, man, yeah. They're not watching us.
Right.
His boss is number one fan.
Right.
His boss just hit them noties on.
His biggest ob's gonna send this clip in. Watch tomorrow.
Oh, yo, bro. The biggest hater I know. You put the Toro mask on him, bro. Put the Toro.
That's
you,
what we're
you,
gonna do.
you got something, bro.
Yeah,
You
we
got
do
the
have a
You got
mask.
the Rey Mysterio mask.
One way or another, we're gonna get you in this bitch, Isaac.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
excited.
Man. No, man, you're absolutely right though. This season is, man, there's electricity. It's like, oh, I know what it's like.
What?
It's like a good Monday Night Raw comes on.
What?
And The Rock is gonna come out.
What's in the chat?
You know he's coming out, and
What?
the crowd can just feel it.
If
They
you
can
smell.
feel the goosebumps. They can feel the electricity in the air
Harley
when it's The
316.
Rock, Stone Cold, or whoever it is that's making their little, promo pop.
What?
It's like Roman Reigns showing up on Friday Night SmackDown, back from a long ass time.
What?
And the pop was insane. That's what it's like right now with this Houston Texans team, man. Because we know that this year is going to be absolutely special. You got Stephon Diggs.
What?
You got Nico Collins.
What?
You got Joe Mixon.
What's in the chat?
You got Tank Dell.
Let's go.
You got Dalton Schultz. Throw his ass in there.
Keep it on.
You got Will Anderson Jr.
Let's go.
You signed Daniel Hunter.
What?
You're not going to see Danico Autry. No, you got to keep going with the what, man.
What? Wait, what?
JJ Watt comes out.
I did not expect that, bro.
JJ Watt just comes out.
Could you imagine?
He's wearing a Steelers jersey.
Oh, snap.
Damn.
I'm telling you, bro. It's going to be last month of the season. He's just going to walk out there and he's going to wave that American flag and everyone's just going to be crying.
I already know what he's on. He's going to have one hand, American flag like this. Other hand, Texas flag like this. He's going to wave them going like that. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to plant it. He's going to scream because he's got to do his scream. And he's going to go like this. And he's going to go right like that to the fans. Point back to his heart. He's a showman. Look at you already getting annoyed out of my fantasy, out of my hypothetical. The number one hater. Everyone say it in the chat. The number one hater for JJ Watt is 713 Mr. Rubin right here. The number one hater for JJ Watt.
Keep on going, bro.
He didn't man. He killed the hypothetical.
Because I know it's gonna happen.
He killed the hypothetical.
And I know I'm a buy into it. I know I'm gonna get excited because that's what happens when number 99 does something. And here's the thing. I'm not asking him to save this team, Harley. Just be on the sideline. That's all you got to do. Give me one rush a game, one rush on the third down. That's all you got to do. But just be the 99 on the sideline. That's going to just be a whole energy in itself.
99 is empty.
The narrative start. What did he tell D'Amico? This is the last year I'm working out like this?
Yeah, man. You know what D'Amico said.
Bro, it's going to happen if we're first or second seed.
I wouldn't necessarily be shocked, but I mean, I still just don't believe it's happening.
So you don't think if we're like number one seeded, month left?
You know what it's like? It's like CM Punk coming back to wrestling rumors. Like,
but
WWE.
He did, though. He did come
I know
back,
he did,
bro.
It doesn't feel like it's gonna happen. It's like
until we see it, right?
Exactly. I gotta see it to believe it. If JJ, you know what? We're calling out JJ Watt. Hey, JJ, you about that action, boss. You about that action.
Are you swarming?
Back to the Houston Texans. If JJ Watt is a real swarmer, he coming back to the to return kickoff.
Drop the swarms in the chat. Drop the swarms.
No sleep. Yeah, nah, man. If JJ Watt's a real part of the Swarm Nation, a part of D'Amico Ryan's mentality, then he would come back. But I don't know if he's about that action, man.
Hey, man, he might just enjoy.
You know what? I think I'm calling him scared.
Oh.
I think I'm calling him a coward.
Oh, Harley calling out JJ Watt. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
You listen to me right here, bud. I'm sorry, JJ. Don't kill me.
Don't
Don't
beat
kill
our
me.
ass.
Don't kill me.
Like 97 from the Rams, bro.
Hey,
Guys,
97 could get this
so
action.
let me tell you what
97 could get
happened.
this action.
So joint practice against the Rams. Number 97 starts talking mess to, I believe, a
The
older
old lady.
lady, right? An old
The older
lady,
people.
like just a bunch of old people. He's like 1-0 defense and said it like that. And then everyone got quiet and was like, what? Like, who, first of all, like, who
Huh?
is 97? And then we were like, ma'am, did he say that to you? And she's like, yeah. And then we just went at 97 like there was no tomorrow. Harley kept on saying he smelled like shit. And number 97 got mad to the point where he turned around and said something to us. Then Sean McVay got on his ass, and you saw 97 drop his head, walk back to to the sideline, which was in front of us, and then the whole our side of the bench got up and just started saying, 97, you suck. There were some curse words. Bro, we've been talking a lot of trash this year.
I talked some shit to 97. I know. Look, 97 did not get cut today. 97 deserves to give me his paycheck for preseason, because the reason he made the team is because of me. I gave him the motivation that he needed in order to make the team. That's exactly what happened. It wasn't, those 6 sacks last year, those 4.5 sacks. It's what you've done for me lately. So he needs to thank me. All right. And right here, this face right here, you thank me for getting your ass on a damn roster spot. I'm telling you, Mr. 97 from the Los Angeles Rams. Don't hurt me, bud.
What was funny was he was pissed and he turned around and he pointed at
Oh,
us.
I got the
And then
video.
he said something like, like, I'm gonna beat y'all's ass. And that's when I
said something.
stopped. That's when I stopped.
I think that's what he said.
That's what I
I'll just
stopped.
leave it
I
like
was
that.
like, all right, bro, you got it. You're in the NFL. I'm not. I'm a YouTube. I do YouTube.
I told 97, you smell like shit, and it start making him play better.
Right, he got like 2 sacks, and we were like, damn, bro.
He needs to give his game checks in the preseason to me. I gave him that roster spot. Sean McVay should be thanking me.
Shout out to Sean McVay.
Badass.
Harley, 12 days away. 12 days away to see if this Houston Texans team did their job in the offseason. And ladies and gentlemen, real quick, not only drop the swarm, but drop where you guys are watching from so we can shout you out.
We're just gonna drop that.
Why the
drop that one. We're just gonna drop that one.
I cannot wait for week 1.
Me neither. On that note.
Oh, shout out to Case Keenum.
Hey, man.
Unfortunately, into the season on season-ending IR. However, I think he's just going to transition into coaching. And like you said it, Harley, a couple of weeks or months ago, he's going to be, the Texans coach and, the OC in a couple of years. Shout out to Loki.
Yeah, man. Case Keenum, if this is it for Case Keenum, hey, you gave me everything you had, bud. You had 2 games. You went 1-1, and you got the most important win in the year, it feels like, against the Tennessee Titans, cosplaying as the Houston Oilers, and Case Keenum's noodle arm went out there. No knees, no arm, no elbow,
no
looking
cartilage.
like a damn smoked turkey drumstick, flinging the ball. And Dalton Schultz said, damn, you are so ass. I got to make this play right now. And somehow, some way, that smoked turkey leg of an arm got the Tennessee Titans.
Shout out to Dalton Schultz.
Shout out to that old man, Case Keenum, man. Whose house?
Coog's house, man. A U of H legend. I was there in his first start as a rookie. Sunday Night Football against the
Ah,
Indianapolis Colts. The
snaps.
Texans all red, threw 3 touchdowns to my favorite player, Andre Johnson,
It's a
and
good debut.
unfortunately, you know what happened. They ended up coming back. But Case Keenum, thank you for everything you did. That one game is gonna always stick with me because that's the game. Not only did they try to embarrass you by wearing your uniforms, but that's the day where you got Mike Vrabel fired. So the downfall of the Tennessee Titans happened that game. Shout out to Case the Goat as he rides into retirement and heads into coaching. According to what our boy Bear said in the group chat, the Texans did something special for him. So hopefully we find out what that is
I
in the
hope
next
so.
coming days. Desmond King cut again. I did not.
This, I love it. See, you think this game, you think the practicing, you think the joint practice beef between me and 97 was over. But the comment section said, hell no. We're resurrecting this shit, baby. The show goes on. 97 even has Ho in his name. Shout
Yeah,
out to
Hoach.
Brandon for keeping the beef alive. Shout out to Brandon, bro. That's how we do it. That's how we do it up in here, man.
Bro, can you imagine if like he signs with us like next year or something, and we're like, hey, bro,
He better
we're sorry for
congratulate me for staying here. Because the only reason he found out about Houston was because of me.
no, we're not drinking anything. I had a Red
Nothing.
Bull earlier. Nah, we're just
We
excited,
straight
man,
sober
because
boys.
yeah, like we're swarming in. The one part about the off season, it's just predictions. It's hypothetical. It's Michael drinking Texan bull urine.
That's a real swarmer.
That he's
He
swarming.
he's swarming.
Yeah, Michael. I
Mm-mm.
don't know about that, but
I
you
don't know, man.
definitely,
I ain't feeling that.
yeah. Uh, damn, Michael. No one's ever said that before. So
This live stream's off the rails, man.
um, but it's a Tuesday. Uh, nothing to do, man. We just wait. But
Yeah.
was excited for the 53 man to come to an end. I think someone brought up earlier. Do we want to trade for anyone? Don't think so. I think we're
No.
set, and I think it's just get ready for Indy.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't see. I know somebody had asked that. If we see the Texans making a trade for before week 1, I don't think so. I think right now you're looking at get rested,
Mm-hmm.
be ready to go kick some ass in Lucas Oil Stadium. I mean, there's nothing else to say but that.
All right, real quick, keys to the game, right off the dome.
Whoa, crap. CJ Stroud better walk the walk.
That's it.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna back him up. That's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
I love the trash talk. I love it. I love what he did. He was in MVP conversations as a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Did he talk? Oh yeah, he did. You better back that up,
Dude.
now it's time. Now it's put up or shut up now.
Mm-hmm.
And I did see a clip with CJ talking about how he saw James Harden's contract here in Houston, and he saw it broke down to like the last hour, second of how much money he's making, right? And CJ Stroud said, man, changed him. He said that's what he wanted. He wanted to have his last name mean something in his family. He wanted to set up his family. And so he said he stopped partying, he started doing things, and it was all focused on the grind. And that's how it's going to be. And CJ's, committed to the grind, which I think we believe he is. We know he is from the way he, sets himself apart. I believe we have a special quarterback on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that's breaking news. And I think these Houston Texans are going to take care of business, but I do think it's going to be a good game.
I'm excited. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the 385 people who were with us here tonight as we are swarming on a Tuesday. The Houston Texans, they get down to 53. Now, the only thing we have to do is look forward to week 1. Hardy, let them know where they can find you and all your work, bro.
Man, y'all can find me at TheLead_HOU anywhere on social media, especially on YouTube. We are almost at 10,000 subscribers. We are under 600 away. We got 12 days left. I'm trying. I'm trying to get to 10K in those 12 days. So under 600 subscribers. Let everybody know where to subscribe to the lead _HOU. Do y'all's thing. Tell your mama, tell your father, tell your family, friends, anybody that's interested in Houston sports or hates Houston sports. I love trash talking. I love it. I feed off negativity. I love it. Oh, I love it. Just like Michael loves some bull urine.
You can find me on YouTube, 713 Houston Sports. Shout out to Michael and whatever he got going on tonight.
He drinking something, dog.
Right, he's drinking something. Shout out to my boy Chase. Guys, do me all a favor. Have a real blessed rest of your day. Yeah, bro. Harley does have some funny memes and shorts. I actually told him that, I think, yesterday. I was like, dude, those are good. But Jonathan Joseph goes to HEB at Bunker Hill. Don't put out his location like that.
Off in the swarm.
Dude, don't do that. All right, boy.
My boy Isaac. Me and my Texas fans
dropping the location on people.